Malaysian government is easing restrictions with educators preparing to go back to school. Dalin Tzu Chi volunteers give a set of Jing Si drums to a local temple to help the community. I'm Sean Scanlan, and welcome to DaAi Headlines. Thanks for joining us. Let's get started. Improvements in Malaysia's battle against COVID-19 has led the government to release some movement restrictions. In the field of education, faculty members and administrators were allowed to return to school. Tzu Chi volunteers provided protective face shields to elementary and high school students in Penang. Here's more.
During the conditional movement restriction order, the Ministry of Education allows faculty and administrative staff to return to schools, yet classes will not be resumed for the time being. Even if school resumes classes, priority will only be given to students in the examination classes, and it is necessary to strictly abide by the standard operating procedures specified by the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health. Tzu Chi volunteers in Penang took initiative to send protective face shields to the teachers of various elementary and high schools, taking precautions for when school resumes in future.
At present, the epidemic situation in hospitals has eased. On the other hand, school is facing a big risk because many students come from different backgrounds. If there is a confirmed case, everyone will be worried. So we hope by sending our handmade face shields, students and teachers can go to school with a peace of mind.
Boxes of protective face shields play a role of calming people's mind and contain the sincere blessings from Tzu Chi volunteers.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for caring about us during the current epidemic. School is actually a place where these safety measures are really needed. We really need to be well prepared.
The proactive kind action of Tzu Chi volunteers was also recognized and appreciated by the Chief Minister of Penang, Cao Guangyou.
We don't know when school will start again, but Tzu Chi has already prepared for it by providing 30,000 protective face shields for some schools in Penang, so that children can learn in a safer environment at school.
In face of future uncertainty, Tzu Chi volunteers chose to take initiatives to protect students' health so that they can study at school with a peace of mind.
There's a confirmed COVID-19 case in Rumily, France, with UK Tzu Chi volunteers sending 300 masks to the community. Local volunteer and her husband also assisted in producing bookmarks that are French versions of Jing Si Aphorisms, packing them together with the masks. Let's take a look.
Julian carefully checks the meaning of the French Jing Si Aphorisms to ensure the translation is correct. He carefully opened a package of 300 maxes sent by England Tzu Chi volunteers. Julian wants to support his wife Annie Zhen by action and to spread Tzu Chi's love in Rumily, France.
I'm very happy to be able to help my neighbors and deepen my understanding of Tzu Chi. When I make bookmarks with Master Cheng Yan's Jing Si Aphorisms, I learn a lot about wisdom, peace, and love.
Annie got married and moved to France from Malaysia in 2017 and became a full-time housewife. During the epidemic, Annie grasped the cause and put on Tzu Chi uniform. Stepping out of her house to promote Tzu Chi, Annie, a vegetarian, also gradually influenced her husband, Julian, to adopt a vegetarian diet.
The Turkish government implemented strict movement restriction orders. As a result, many refugees lost their factory jobs. Tzu Chi volunteers decided to look after them, delivering cash cards and masks to 9,000 families in need. Here's more.
أشكر الجمعية السعودية بما قدمت لنا من خدمات بسبب وضع كورونا العالمي. صار لي شهرين ما أشتغل. نشكر الجمعية والقائمين عليها ولهم جزيل الشكر.
Madagascar has stopped of the classes for over 2 months. Before the Ramadan, volunteers flocked in the school to prepare for Ramadan gifts. Everyone practiced the preventive measures and put the cash cards into the envelopes. The Turkish government has a strict restriction order, so volunteers can only distribute the Ramadan gifts on the days they are allowed to go out. They chose empty spaces to be the distribution spot.
The epidemic has caused many people to lose their jobs. Tzu Chi Foundation is able to give us a hand in this difficult time. We are very touched. Our lives are hard now, and we are desperately in need of help.
The distributions for May and June were done before the Ramadan. Other than the 6,455 regular aid recipient families, volunteers also give aids to the families that lost their jobs due to the epidemic. In total, over 9,000 households received help.
I'm very glad to join this distribution during the precious Ramadan period. The COVID-19 has caused many to have no job now, and I'm very glad to deliver ads to the needy personally.
Other than the distribution, volunteers also hope to protect the refugees. They bought some second-hand sewing machines and fabric, and the tailor Haitian leads everyone to make face masks.
We hope to deliver this fabric mask to refugee families as soon as possible, so they can be protected. These masks were given to them for free from Tzu Chi. COVID-19 is still spreading globally, and we are working hard to do some preventive works. The school has started the classes, so we invited volunteers to make masks to give people some protections.
Volunteers deliver the fabric mask to refugee families personally, hoping to safeguard their health with love.
During the pandemic, Tzu Chi volunteers in the U.S. send medical supplies to 1,000 organizations, forming good ties with many medical facilities. To promote vegetarianism, volunteers now include a free vegetarian meal each time they give medical supplies. Take a look.
Boxes of medical supplies signal a solid friendship in the making. They also enjoy lunch together in hopes of further understanding one another.
You have to, eat less meat, more vegetable in order to save the earth.
Since they were coming by to pick up the preventative supplies, we asked if they can come a bit earlier as we had a vegetarian lunch prepared to share with them.
People in the world should try to help make this planet a better place for the future of our humanity and our kids. So as somebody who represents a children's hospital, we always worry about the future. And by eating plant-based diet, that's just a very easy way to help this planet.
In their efforts to promote vegetarianism, the volunteers also visited Kaiser Permanente's Baldwin Park Medical Center to deliver some care packages and delicious vegetarian cuisine.
We hope after they've had a taste that they will like it. It's good for their health and also for protecting animals' lives as well as saving the planet. We hope they can pledge to be vegetarians.
This meal not only serves as encouragement for the medical staff, but also as hope from the volunteers that one day these medical staff will pledge to eat a vegetarian diet.
Police and doctors are two professions that operate under high pressure and stress, leading to many health problems. To promote a balanced diet, Rumily volunteers made vegetarian meal boxes, sending them to police stations and hospitals. Here's more.
The police are often on duty with day and night reversed, so many of them suffer from 3 highs. How to improve their health start with eating vegetarian food. Yunlin Dounan volunteers got up early to prepare vegetarian meal boxes, which contain different types of vegetables and fruits with less salt and oil, and later send them to the police station.
The benefits of vegetarian food are many. It is good for health. For example, it can prevent the 3 highs and clear people's mind.
It is imperative to protect the health of the police. Volunteer Chen Huirong, who suffered from nasopharyngeal cancer before, also came to help during recuperation.
I came with a joyful heart to make lunch so that I could forget my pain. If I can recruit one more person to be vegetarian, I will have one more person to accompany.
The heartwarming meal boxes were also sent to Beigan Precinct. After tasting the meal box, the precinct chief was surprised and satisfied.
Police look after and protect people, yet I can also look after numerous lives.
Similarly, working under high-pressure environment, medical personnel also live stressful lives. The medical personnel at China Medical University Beigan Hospital enjoyed the vegetarian meal boxes very much. The deputy superintendent was also amazed by the QR code posted on the meal box.
People who are willing to go meatless can scan the QR code to learn how to cook easy vegetarian food.
Vegetarian food can also be delicious. You can also regain your health gradually by eating every bite.
Dalin Tzu Chi volunteers gave a set of Jing Si drums to Dharma masters of a temple in Longshanyan. They hope this gift gives rise to more compassionate acts in the community. Take a look.
With sincere sutra chanting, a Dharma master leads a Tzu Chi volunteer who is holding a Jing Si drum to enter the Great Hall. This drum is a gift of friendship from Tzu Chi to this temple.
The entire Tzu Chi ideal and spirit is to follow the Buddha's teachings and contribute to the betterment of society, and this collaboration with the temple is doing just that.
The Jing Si drum took 3 years to perfect. It doesn't need batteries to operate, but instead rely on a wind-up clockwork motor system to run, which incidentally reminds disciples of the Buddha to remain compassionate in how they can be of service to others.
是这里的空气，倘若又有这一座法钟及法鼓在这边敲响的话，想必诸少善人都会来到这里。
I feel if we purchase the Jing Si drum and place it at home, it becomes a decoration. However, if we bring it to the temple, which can represent the positive affinity of Tzu Chi volunteers and Master Zhen Yan's has with each temple, I think this is a much more meaningful place for the drum to be.
The volunteers hope that this Bodhi drum can inspire goodwill among mankind.
Tzu Chi Foundation helped an elderly person in Taichung fix his house. Made with wooden boards, the house was little shelter for him during bad weather. This elderly man also had mobility issues as volunteers worked together to improve his home. Here's more.
This is the house that Grandpa Chen has been living in for close to 70 years. He runs a home shrine, so his furniture and walls have all been darkened from smoke. When you look up the ceiling,
the wires inside the house are like a spider web.
This house is made with plywood and plastic boards, but they have rotten in the passing of time.
I stuff the boards everywhere and it makes the house look like a home of a rat.
But when the grandpa was young, he was strong. He worked as a handyman and loved playing baseball. However, his health deteriorated as he got older.
His bad lungs and heart, he can't walk and his fingers are not mobile.
The volunteers plan to give him a better home. The bathroom and the kitchen are ready. The new counter allows the grandpa to move around. The ceiling is now brighter after the wires have been relocated. The volunteers have also repaired the walls and the roof. The volunteers brought him a new bed. And now the grandpa's bedroom is just like a vacation bedroom. After 5 days of renovation, the volunteers brought over a cake and tang yuan to celebrate that the grandpa's 80 years of life will become anew.
"15 years ago, land in Tucheng City was lent to Tzu Chi to be used as a recycling point. After the landlord passed away, Tzu Chi had to return the land with 40 volunteers, spending 4 hours restoring the site to its original state. Let's take a look.
The iron roofing shifts were being dismantled piece by piece. Volunteers will miss this recycling point they have used for the last 15 years.
We have borrowed this place from others for more than 10 years free of charge. Now we need to move out, so we have to help others clean up.
The recycling point at Yanji Street in Tucheng was built on a land jointly owned by a landlord and a building company. At first, they lent land to Chi Ji. Now, the landlord has passed for 10 years, while the building company has other plans for this land, so volunteers have to return it.
Thank you for your support for so many years. I'm here to express my gratitude sincerely.
Of course, I feel sad, but as they need it, we have no choice but to return.
On a hot day, everyone worked hard to dismantle and sweat for 4 hours.
It was finished at around 12 o'clock. We have asked the nearby professional workers to remove the iron roofing sheets for us. For the chain bricks, we will move them to the main recycling station in Tucheng temporarily because they can be used at the bamboo forest at the back of the station.
Nearly 40 volunteers were mobilized to restore the land to its original status for the landowner. Although the recycling point no longer existed, the spirit of environmental protection, which was present for more than 10 years, will last forever.
Shaman Tzu Chi volunteers helped clean the house of a care recipient on Gulang Island. They also reconnected with him after a 3-month absence because of the coronavirus epidemic.
Due to the pandemic, the Xiamen Tzu Chi volunteers were unable to head to Gulang Island. Upon arriving at Chai Wei Guo's house, everything appears as predicted. It needed cleaning.
During these 3 months, we have a rough idea on what he's been through. Because of the pandemic, restaurants have all closed. There's only pie provided by the local community, but eating pie for a long time is not good for his body.
Chai Wei Guo is a little mentally challenged. He only changes his clothes and never washes them. The floor is covered with waste and needs to be washed repeatedly.
The floor hasn't been cleaned for the past 3 months, and the dirt is very thick. We added detergents to clean the floor and clean 4 to 5 times. And to be honest, it is still not clean enough.
Mr. Chai can only rely on the volunteers to help him shave his beard and trim his fingernails. After changing into clean clothes, it seems like a belated New Year. With a pure thought, he sowed a seed of kindness.
While students are eager to study performing arts, there are some challenges in this industry. such as lack of job security for both actors and those behind the scenes. Here's more.
Flipping through the channels, one sees a lot of foreign drama programs. According to Nielsen's survey in 2018, among primetime dramas, Taiwanese dramas take about 30%. The rest are foreign drama programs.
In Taiwan, there are more than 100 cable stations, and they all lack commercial fees. They have little budgets for producing drama programs. It's because a vicious cycle. With insufficient funding, the shows are of poor quality, and in the end, the rating is low.
TV stations are producing less drama programs, and therefore there are less work opportunities. Tao Guojing, who has produced many drama programs in Taiwan, has gone to mainland China for work for 18 years. He said that there are less work opportunities now.
Less people recruit Taiwanese directors to produce TV programs. In the past, there were a lot of work opportunities. Currently, there are more talents in mainland China. Among the directors and cameramen, many people have been educated in the United States.
Buying foreign programs might be cheaper than producing drama programs. Sometimes the rating is fine. However, it means that there are less work opportunities for us performing artists. There is less chance we can work on good programs. Having the opportunity to act, I feel very grateful.
While there's a variety of programs, we produce less programs than the programs we buy. The market is not that big. I think we have a hard time.
Acting jobs come with its challenges. The actors often have to endure the poor weather and long working hours.
Today's weather is good, but it's windy. I used to be guest on programs, and I'm acting now. If you are not interested in acting, you define it to be hard work. We have to be here by 6:30 today, and I got up at around 4 a.m.
How do you carry the props? Not all graduates of performing arts major know about this. Some people have never learned about this. Even if he studied performing arts, he might not have learned about this. When these young people enter this profession, they must first learn about this.
To be or not to be, that's a question.
The drama performers are mostly non-typical workers, meaning that they do not have much job security. According to a survey by Artists Union, in 12 performing groups, half of the performers do not have labor insurance.
Labor insurance covers compensation for work injuries and retirement funds. They cannot get insurance compensation for work injuries and work-related illness. Students from performing arts major cannot find joy in performing after 3 or 4 years of training and working without pay. There is no fair compensation for their work.
High school or college students are eager to study performing arts or mass communication. However, jobs in the mass media market require long working hours and low payment. Therefore, they must know the reality before they enter the profession. Everyone has dreams, and there's a gap between dreams and realities. It is best for students to know the realities as they pursue their dreams.
A pair of professional educators devoted to recycling and vegetarianism have decided to join Tzu Chi. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.